By far, I thought our most spirited 40 minutes of the year. We need to play with that. Obviously, fans back helped, but I really think it was more of our players' excitement to play against a great team like Arizona. They are a great team. Nobody's held them to 59 points or even close all season. They shoot 31% for the game. They shoot 51%. But effort matters. I learned a long time ago, effort matters. Our effort was awesome. Just on that, I told Peyton Watson, like his spirit, his athleticism, he changed the game in the first half. Just tremendous effort from our guys. Running the three things they're great at: running the floor, rebounding, and their defensive denial. They weren't factors tonight. They got some rebounds, but they missed 49 shots. You're going to get some rebounds, and the size factor is real. They're huge. Got it. What's up, Mike?
First 5 minutes, it seemed like you were two heavyweight boxers just going at each other, and then you just seemed to put the clamps down on them. What can you say about like limiting the points in the paint?
Well, they were 4 for their first 4 from 3 at the first TV timeout. So from there, they're 3 for 24. But I thought our effort defensively to disrupt them from what they're good at and not let teams play a team like that. If you let them get comfortable, they just destroy teams offensively. So the kids did a great job. Coach Savino should not be with me, but I love him. He makes me look thin, but his scouting report was awesome. It's just such an advantage for me to have 3 head coaches sitting with me. But, again, we got them out of rhythm, Mike, to be really their answer. And look, some of it is sometimes you make shots they don't. That is somewhat of a factor.
Jaime was quiet in the first half, then all of a sudden, kind of exploded in the second half. I think he had 8 points in a row for you guys.
Yep.
What can you say about how he contributed to the game?
Well, as you could see, we were trying to get the matchups that we wanted. And the thing about us, we have multiple guys that can take turns offensively. So we don't have to have a guy carry us for 40 minutes. As good as Johnny is, you see tonight, you got Cody with 12, like you alluded. Jules is 7 for 11. Jaime dominates the second half. But again, on that, we only turned it over 8 times. So it negates their fast break. My dad taught me a long time ago, you can't run without the ball. So if you score and get fouled, it's hard for teams to run on you. And so far this year, they've been so awesome defensively that not only do they force turnovers, they force a lot of desperation shots that are like what I would call Van Gundy term, shooting turnovers. They force shooting turnovers. So we tried to get the shots we wanted so we could set our defense.
Earlier in the year, in the week, you were talking about Christian Coloco and maybe the problem he creates for you guys. Did you feel like there was someone in particular that stepped up to the challenge tonight for you guys against Coloco?
He got behind our head for some lobs, but we did a good job of not letting him be a dominant shot blocker. That we had 8, they had 2. But I would say like I haven't seen Jaime jump that high in 3 years. He had 3 blocked shots. Are you kidding me? He blocked one, so I couldn't believe it was him. But again, that's effort matters. Coaching is overrated. Coaching only matters if you can get your team to play with that kind of effort. Then coaching matters. A lot of guys can X and O. Doesn't matter if your guys don't do it and do it with a lot of heart. So Jaime's effort was spirited. But Coloco's, like I said, he's the most improved player in the country, in my opinion.
And just one more, just the crowd tonight, having
Awesome.
them back, hadn't been in since December 1st, so it's been a while. And
it's hard to believe.
Just your comment on the crowd.
Oh, they're awesome. Students, like I said, for me, coming here 3 years ago, it's just been an awesome experience, to the way to be able to bond with our fan base, be a part of UCLA and our tradition, and, you know, becoming close with our students. Their support has been awesome. It's like they were waiting outside, lining up at 6 a.m. When I walked in an hour and a half early, I was over there talking to them. They were going nuts. I was telling them I missed them. So that's what makes it fun. Who you got, Ben?
Peyton's obviously had some good games and great moments this year, but to do it in this kind of game, defensively particularly.
Talking about Peyton?
Peyton Watson.
Yeah, he was awesome. I told him it's his best game by far. You know, learning how to play with the physicality at this level, in that game like that, with the effort it takes. It takes time for kids. You know, and so many people in this, you know, I was telling Bill Walton today, there's only so many Kareem Abdul-Jabbars and Bill Waltons, you know, guys that good. And even they didn't have played their freshman year, but they'd have been dominant. You're talking about the 0.1%. You know, the rest of these guys, you know, I don't care how talented you are. You guys need a little time to adjust to how hard it is. You know, and then Peyton's adjusting. But his spirit was awesome tonight. But all the guys were. But he really, when you can come off the bench and get better, your rebounding gets better, our defense got better. When he gets in there with his length and when he plays with that kind of fight and scrap and spirit, he makes his athleticism a factor. Hey, Mark.
The job you did on Matterin and also the job Tiger did on their point guard, did you anticipate that being such a decisive matchup?
Well, you know, obviously, Kerr Kreese he's a very good shooter. You know, tonight wasn't his night. We'll see him again next Thursday, so I'll lose sleep over that because the chances of him going 0 for 12 are slim and none. But Tiger did a good job, obviously. Again, some of it, having done this, you know, sometimes the ball doesn't go in. But I thought we tried to make him expend energy. I thought, you know, a lot of what they do, they disrupt teams, and it's easy for them. So they expend all. I'm a believer. If you don't make a team defend, they spend all their energy scoring on you. They have their legs. You know, I learned that from Coach Pitino a long time ago. So we tried to pressure him, pick him up full, and take his legs, and hopefully that would help a little bit. But he's obviously a very good player. Tonight just wasn't his night. Matherin's, you know, he's an elite guy. We tried to make sure he had to make twos on us.
Mick, you know, the run that you guys had last year in the tournament, just kind of wondering, how much does something like that help, you think, when you get into a game like this?
Yeah, you know, the problem with my guys, I told them in the locker room, you know, I know they have another gear. They just hadn't given it to me yet. You know, I mean, when you got 5 guys back from a Final Four team, it's the first time I've been through that. And I understand it for them, especially you got no fans. We're shut down with COVID. But just even at the beginning of the year, we beat Villanova. I didn't think that we played like that. You know, so you can't wait on the tournament. Not that we haven't been playing, but not like that. And you know, when you go through that, your fear is, you know, just from NBA teams, you know, that tend to, you're trying to repeat, and they just kind of like the Bucks. They haven't been as good this year. Are they waiting on the playoffs? You know, I told our guys, you know, Arizona's hungry. That's why their stats are the way they are, is the way they've been playing. You know, but it'd be nice if we play like that every night.
Now, you know, from the time you came here, you've been stressing kind of toughness, right?
Yeah.
Learning how to win, stuff like that. I imagine that, right, you get results, stuff like that kind of gets reinforced and kind of builds on itself.
Oh, yeah.
How much tougher is this team, you know, than it was, say, 2 years ago than even it was last year, you think?
Well, you know, defense, like I told, you know, when I got here and then Coach Alford's last year, you know, young teams don't know how to win. They don't know how to physically compete. You know, like, you know, Peyton's got a luxury. He gets to play with these guys, you know, and learn as he goes. Instead of if he's out there 35 minutes every night, you know, he's got to be the man. That's a tough putt for, you know, to play at this level. You know, just all you got to do is look at Arizona and their improvement from 1 year when they were younger. They were a tournament team last year for sure if they could have won. But, you know, you get older, you get better.
Just real quick, Jalen Clark, I didn't see him. I imagine if he's not here, he's probably pretty banged up.
Yeah, he took a shot yesterday in practice, so we're just, we're just err on the side of caution with that. I know he had another consultation with our doctors before the game as they were getting out of their appointments. So I'm going to go see our doctors now because I haven't had the update just to see how he is, and I'll probably call him on my way home.
With him having concussed earlier.
Again, I can't answer all. I haven't talked to anybody. So I really don't know. But you know me, I'll let you know when I do. All right, guys.
Thank you.